Hello there. Welcome back to Grandma Ray Don't Play, and I'm Rachel. It's a pleasure serving you. Okay, I want to teach you how to make gluten-free pie crust. Gluten-free pie crust. This is for all those who are on a diet, all those who are a diabetic, all those who have to eat gluten-free products. This is for you, okay? And if you just want to eat because it's healthy, this is also for you. Okay, so let's do it. Thumbs up, give it a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe. Check out my links below. Thank you. Hey, why not get the word of the day right now, okay? So, sometimes you have to switch and eat things that you have to eat because maybe you need to change the way you eat, maybe your diet has changed, maybe for health reasons, okay? So why not enjoy it, okay? And don't just make it so that you can say, I really like that. Put all you have into it. Whether it's making this gluten-free pie crust or whether it's making your fried chicken or whatever it is, put all of the best of you in it. You know why? Because you deserve it. That's the word of the day. Give it your all, would you? Okay. Okay, guys. So I have a recipe that I'm following. So it calls for 3 cups of the, this is the gluten-free flour that I'm using. It says gluten-free 1-to-1 baking flour. Okay? Okay. So, and I need 3 cups of the flour, gluten-free flour. Now, if you don't want to follow the gluten-free recipe, I have a recipe with all-purpose flour on my channel you can follow. So that's 1. I gotta get something to get it out. Two, and I gotta get 1 more cup. And I paid $7.99 for this bag of gluten-free flour. And yes, it is more expensive than regular all-purpose flour, but a lot of things that are good for us, they want to charge us more money. Okay? Okay, now we need a teaspoon of salt. I have a teaspoon of salt already measured out right here. I'm going to add that. So, I'm trying to stay away from salt, but like I said, there are some times when you're baking, you cannot leave salt out, else it won't work. It's in the recipe. So I need 2, where it is, here it is, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. It's right here. Okay, that's all of my dry ingredients. So I'm going to mix those items together. Always mix your dry ingredients together and then your wet. Okay, now I want to add, I have 2 eggs. I'm going to beat the eggs up actually. Oh, I have 2 eggs here. I'm just going to mix them together. Okay, so that's my 2 eggs, and then I have 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, 2 tablespoons of distilled white vinegar. I have it right here. I'm going to add that in. Okay, now I have 1 cup of sour cream. 1 cup of sour cream. Okay, the sour cream is in. Now I need 8 tablespoons of cold water and then 2 sticks of butter. Actually, I'm going to get some ice and put in this water and make it really, really cold, okay? Because it's supposed to be cold water, and that's been sitting there a few minutes. Okay, so I'm going to get my ice and put it, I'm going to wash my hands, I'm going to get the ice and put it in my cup, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have ice in my water. It's been sitting for about 3 minutes. And give it a good stir. See, the ice is going to make it nice and cold. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 tablespoons of cold water. Okay, so now I want to mix this up before I add the butter. The reason why you want to mix it before you add the butter is because you want to have it nice and crispy. So you don't want to over mix it. So by doing it separate first before you add the butter, then you'll be sure to have it like crispy. It's the best word I can think of right now for it. Okay, now I'm going to use my hand. Okay, I think I have it gathered up enough. I don't want to over mix it. You want it where it's sticking. As you can see, it's sticking to my hand, but not too much because you're going to mix some more when you put the butter in. Okay, so here's 1 stick of the butter. And you want to break off pieces of the butter, whoops, here and there. Oh, I dropped the whole thing. So leave the butter out on the counter for about an hour to get room temperature. And now I'm going to get the other stick. Okay, now I'm going to mix that in. And it is definitely sticky, guys. Okay, now I'm gonna, when I get ready to roll this out, which I'm gonna do in a few minutes, you're gonna take the same gluten-free flour and you're gonna put it on the counter so that you can roll it out, okay? Okay, so let me wash my hands and get the flour and we're gonna roll it out. Give me a second. Okay guys, so here's our pie crust. I poured some extra gluten-free flour in this bowl here because this is what we're going to treat the counter surface with, like so. Okay? So you can see I put a generous amount on the counter. This is so it doesn't stick, okay? Now I'm going to take half of the pie crust that we made. And I'm pushing down because it's a little sticky on the top, right? That's how pie crust is. But it feels light and fluffy, guys. I'm putting some gluten-free flour on the top. And I'm pushing in on my edges so that they are not raggedy and they become one. Oh, it feels much, much lighter than all-purpose flour, let me tell you. Oh my goodness. I am really, really surprised. Okay, and I want to just fold it over one time. Like that. I have it back into a ball. Now I'm just going to push down. This time we're going to roll out. It's not sticky to the touch anymore. I just want to make sure I have enough flour underneath so when I get ready to bring this up. Oh, it's falling apart. It's so light. Okay, I have flour underneath on both sides. Okay, now I'm going to dust on the top. And now I'm going to roll out. I need to move this. When you roll out, you want to roll top to bottom and left to right. Okay? feels great. Okay, now you're gonna put, I'm gonna put the, let me put some flour on my rolling pin. So you're gonna put the rolling pin on top of the crust. You're gonna fold the crust over and you're gonna roll. If it breaks up, just push it up there and keep rolling. Okay, you can fix it later. Okay, I'm just going to put that there so my pan doesn't get messed up. Now you're going to just, oh, it's breaking up on me, guys. Okay, it's okay. We're going to fix it. We're going to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. You know, pie crust is one of those things that you can patch as you go, so it's not a big deal. Okay. Get me another piece. And another piece right here. So you can see, we're going to make it, right? You just put it where you need it and push it together. And another piece. This is my first time making gluten-free pie crust. So this is a learning experience with me showing you. But you know I don't mind because I like learning. I can definitely tell you right now, it's definitely going to be crispy. It's so light and airy. Okay, I've got this together now. Okay, now I'm going to take a knife and clean the edges up. Just taking all the crust off the outside that's hanging over. Okay. That's what we're looking like, guys. Now all the other crusts we're going to use for our top. See? So we have enough to make our top from that same crust that we used. And remember, we still have all of this left over, which I'm gonna put in the freezer, in a freezer bag, and put it in the freezer. And then when I get ready for some crust, I can just pull it right out. And you too. Okay. Let me put that there. I'm going to clean this up before I roll out the next crust, because I want to fill this crust with some apples. We're going to make apple pie. How about that? 1 second. Okay guys, I brought this package of peeled apple slices from Walmart for $5.99, and this is it's about 2 pounds. Okay, so I ate a few out of it, enough to equivalent to maybe 1 apple pie. Alright, so in the crust that we just made, we are going to put our apples in. Actually, I think I want to bake the crust first to give it a nice little base so that it's not soft, so it doesn't end up mushy, but not cooked either. You know, just 2 or 3 minutes in the oven. Okay, let me do that and come right back, and then we're gonna make our apple pie. Thank you. Okay guys, make sure the camera's on. Alright, so I just took the crust out the oven. You can see it wasn't in there long enough because I'm holding it. Okay. Okay, so now we want to, these are the apples we want to just place on the bottom. And some of them are thicker than others. So it's trying to see if I can position them so that they all get done evenly. And when you're making an apple pie, look at that, they left the core there. When you're making an apple pie, you want to make sure you get your edges too. Put the apples around the edges, because a lot of times you forget to fill that in. And then make a nice mountain right in the middle. Presentation. Okay, and look, we didn't have to sit and peel all the apples. Walmart took care of that. I love Walmart. Alright, now we're going to add some brown sugar over the top. So watch, this is 1 handful. Try to spread it all around. So this is the 3rd handful. That one's hard. This is still the 3rd because that one was hard. Now we want to put some cinnamon on here. Nice generous amount of cinnamon. That's probably about, I'd say 8 tablespoons full. Now we want to put some more brown sugar on the top. You want to have about maybe 4 to 5 handfuls of brown sugar. Okay, now I have some vanilla extract. I didn't show you the brown sugar, I'm sorry. That was the brown sugar. Cinnamon. And then now the vanilla extract. I'm pouring the vanilla extract right into the cap. And I'm going to pour it over like that. 1 capful. Two caps full. Okay, now I want to brush off the excess sugar that's on the crust itself, because I have to put another crust over here. I want it to make sure it sticks. Okay. Okay, I'll put that away later. Okay, so I'm going to clean this up, and then I'm going to roll out the top crust. And I'll wash and dry this cutting board. Okay, I gotta sanitize my board. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So now we're gonna put some more gluten-free flour here to roll out our second dough. This was the dough that was left over from the first time. And I want to try something. I want to see if I go ahead and mix this, does it hold together better? Like I said, this is my first time cooking with gluten-free pie crust. I've made plenty of pie crust with all-purpose flour, but not gluten-free. So I'm learning. And I'm learning with you, my YouTube family. Okay, so let's see if mixing more flour in it holds that together better. We'll see when I get ready to pick it up, won't we? Okay, let's see. A little better. Yeah, a lot better. Whoops. Okay. So I'm going to take this pastry brush and I'm going to wet the edge of the pie crust all the way around. Okay, so now we have the pie crust wet. We're going to just pick up the rolling pin and roll it right over. Okay, guys, that's how it should go on. Okay, so it requires more mixing, whereas all-purpose flour, you don't want to mix too much. So I'm just patching in where I need spots to be patched in. Okay, I'm going to push down on the edge to make sure that all the sides are sticking to each other. And I'm going to cut off the edges. And remember, pie crust is very forgiving. When it bakes, it all looks the same. Okay, now I'm going to cut a circle in the middle here for breathing, and then I'm going to put little holes like this all the way around. Oh yeah, That one came off. Okay guys, there we go with our gluten-free pie crust apple pie. Now I'm going to put that in a pan. I'm going to sit it inside this pie pan, so if anything drips, the juice drips, it's going to catch it here. See that? Okay, and we're going to put this in the oven on 350 until the crust gets a golden brown. Okay? Alright, I'll be back. Okay guys, here's the apple pie made with the gluten-free pie crust. And I had to wait a very long time for it to brown, but it did brown. So we're gonna see how this turns out. I'm gonna taste it for you and I'll let you know on my live stream, okay? Okay, so I have a special guest here with me tonight, my son, Nick. And I want to introduce him to the YouTube family. Come over here, Nick.
Hi, YouTube.
This is my son.
I'm our son.
Let's get a close-up picture.
It's me. It's my face.
Oh, there we go. So now you met another family member. Okay, give it a thumbs up, share the video, and subscribe. Check out my links below if you want to support this girl in any way. Love you. Bye.